Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello and welcome to Footy Judge Mo, people. Every time I hear this music, it raised the hair on my arm, to be honest. This is what got me into doing content, actually, to be honest. But big up everybody that is here. Absolute legends, of course. Change your lineup a little bit. BHAVS had an emergency, and Rory stepped through, of course, as the hero he is, as the Superman coming through, of course, Rory, for the save. Here we talk about absolute. We'll talk about Haaland. There's a take that is going around Twitter that Haaland from Staffy TV. If you haven't subscribed to Staffy TV, you gotta do it. That Haaland is a bang average footballer. We'll talk about, is he a problem for Man City or he's not. We'll talk about Arteta. Should he be manager of the season or not? Of course, we have Rory, an Arsenal fan, and we have Joe, who is a Leeds fan but an Arsenal fan as well.
Can I just say, I'm more annoyed that I didn't feature in that intro.
Actually, I actually thought about that. I am actually. I
was like, where's mine and Rory's face?
You and Rory. The thing about it is that I actually used 2 videos to make this intro. I made them myself, but I will fix it. I promise. This will be fixed soon. Of course, you guys deserve to be there, 100%. Listen, I gotta change it today. When I got now, listen, people, if you're here, hit that like button, right? And if you're, because my target in every video is to get 300 to 400 likes live. And if you're watching this on the replay, you know what to do. You hit that like button before you go on, because you're in for a fantastic and a great show like every day, people. We'll talk about Jurgen Klopp replacement. The Zerbi now is out of the picture. Is it Amorim? Can he be the new Jose Mourinho of Liverpool? Of course, there is other talks of, someone said Gary O'Neill should be coaching Liverpool next season, which is absolutely a surprise to me, of course. But we'll talk about all of this. Haaland, Man City, and the percentage of Arsenal that went from 18.8% to 18.8% after the draw against Manchester City, of course. Alexander Isak is rumored to go to Arsenal, or I think someone else's, or Spurs. I don't think he would definitely not choose Spurs over Arsenal. But we'll talk about that as well. HUSAM, as you guys see, we are late because HUSAM is late. This is what it is. The people are here. Or here. He's not here yet. But listen, there is a new announcement I want to make. If you're watching this now, if you're watching this on the replay, in the description of this video, myself and HUSAM started a new channel. It's right there. It's a collaboration. Footy Judge Mo stays, and This Is Football stays, but we launched a new channel. More of Mo and HUSAM together. Of course, we'll do like solo shows, we'll do panel shows, but you gotta go and subscribe, support us on this journey. I trust the community of Footy Judge Mo. You guys are the ones to get us to 1K subscribers. We need to get the watch hours up, of course. You guys know what to do. In the description, there is one link. Click it, go subscribe, and turn on the notification bell and come back. It's myself and Don HUSAM from This Is Football, of course. But listen, let's just start right away. How are you guys feeling? How is everybody doing?
Good, man. Good. I'm on the back of a late win last night. Leeds United obviously won 3-1, so still going to get top 2, I think. So, yeah, happy days. But, yeah, good. Bit of a snooze fest on Sunday, wasn't it? But outside of that, yeah, good, more.
Hats off to you, Joe. Yesterday, about what, 12 hours of work? You did?
It was
yesterday,
long, man.
12 hours of work.
And Good Friday.
5 streams. Every time I'm opening my YouTube, Joe is live. Big up to you, Joe. This is what it is, to be honest. Work. How are you, Rory? How's everything?
Yeah, good. Yesterday was a weird day, defending Arsenal's draw, which I didn't expect that I would be doing yesterday. But yeah, another day. Now, the good thing is we can all move on now because there's more Premier League midweek.
Yes, now we'll talk about the Luton game. We'll talk about the City Villa game. We'll talk about, I don't think we'll talk about the Spurs game, but yeah. But listen, I want to start with one topic. It's Erling Haaland. The take of, if he doesn't score goals, he holds City back. Is that something that I can say? And people should be looking at this. It's like, if he's not scoring goals, he's not getting involved. Is he an average footballer, as people say? Is he a League 2 footballer, as Roy Keane said? Would he not survive in the 2000s and stuff, he said? Is that something that we can say?
I think
Go on,
I think it's harsh. I think League 2 footballer is harsh. Like that's Roy Keane trying to get clips. I look, you can't ignore the fact that when Haaland doesn't score, City struggle, and that in big games, Haaland and City have struggled this season. Like, it's indisputable. And I think more of that is actually down to Pep hasn't figured out a way to get Haaland in the game when the opposition have his number. And the better teams with better centre-back pairings have done it consistently this season. It's not just Arsenal that have, fine, Arsenal have done the best job on him by limiting him to 0 shots on target in both of the games, but other defenses have done it as well. He scored once against Liverpool. That's the only goal he scored against Arsenal, Liverpool, Villa or Tottenham this season. And when he doesn't score, City usually don't win. So, yeah, it's a problem, but I just don't think it's on him. We know what Haaland is. He's an elite goal scorer that needs to be provided for. And if you're not providing for him, then it becomes a problem.
So on this, we had the same last season. We had the exact same conversation. Guess what? Haaland was the top goal scorer. City won the treble. Why do we have to do this? Why does everyone have to be the person to make the take? It's idiotic. Because if he's a League 2 footballer, then what does that say for Ollie Watkins and Mo Salah, who have less Premier League goals than him? What does it say for them? Why do we have to do this? Like, it is stupid to say because City have struggled, haven't been their best, have been kept out by a resolute Arsenal defence that is the best defence in the Premier League this season and has one of the best centre-back partnerships in Europe, that everyone wants to be the guy that goes, do you know what? He's rubbish. He makes City worse. He's this, he's that. It's BS. Because if he's that bad, right, then why is he the top scorer in the Premier League when City haven't been great? Why, after one season at City, did they go on and win the Champions League? Why is he a treble winner after one season at City? It is stupid. He has scored goals every single football club he has been at. And if he's League 2, then I don't know. We might as well stop. Let's turn it all in.
Listen, about Erling Haaland, for me, he's a goal scorer. So, and that's it. However, he cannot. The thing about it is that they compare him to
goals.
The strikers
people, hang on, more. Sorry,
Okay,
I'm getting
okay.
triggered. Someone said goals isn't everything. Goals isn't everything. What the fuck are you on about? Goals isn't everything. Goals wins you game of football, man. What do you mean? Goals isn't everything.
Actually,
Or
the target of
style
football
over
is
football.
scoring
It's BS. It's BS. If I score one and you play amazing, and who's won? Me. Who's got 3 points? Me. And for Rick James, if I'm clueless, then don't watch, bro. Go do yourself a favour and go watch something else. Right, there you go. Goals, it's not all about goals. What are we doing here? What are we doing?
But the one thing that you can say is that Erling Haaland broke all of the goal-scoring records last season, but City still scored fewer goals last season than they did the season before that. So you can have a debate about whether or not overall, whilst he's scoring more, if City is scoring less, is it down to him? And again, I don't think it's down to him. I think it's down to Pep not figuring out. You never see Haaland get benched or hooked in a game for a different alternative. And clearly against Arsenal, realistically, this was the third time this season that we've seen Arsenal completely neutralise him. And at no point has Pep gone, right, I'm actually going to have to completely change this and go with something else if I want us to score a goal. So I completely get your point that to say Erling Haaland's a League 2 player or not just an elite striker, which he is ridiculous. I just think there's you can have a bit of a nuanced argument about whether or not he's perfect for City all the time.
Yeah, fair. That's fair, bro.
all right.
Sorry, Mo, you were talking.
Sorry, Mo. My apologies.
My point is, and that's the argument, though. I'm here just to presenting the argument. The amount of service this guy gets, right? The amount of service he got last season. People would say that someone like Luis Suarez, or Fernando Torres, or David Villa, or Shevchenko, that one that played at Milan, or Thierry Henry, or some striker from that caliber, or we can say other strikers, Benzema, Harry Kane, would actually be more beneficial to the team, would score the same amount of goal, and would provide a second option, as Rory said. He would be, if it's stuck, he would actually have a solution right? Like an out of the box solution, like Harry Kane, sometimes like Benzema sometimes do, Luis Suarez used to do that. I think that's the argument. And I get what Joe's saying, because actually when football started in the 1800s, the ultimate goal is who's going to score more goals. It wasn't about it wasn't about that. Football is, can I put the ball in the back of the net more than you? That was it. When we played in the streets when I was a kid, it was who can score more goals. It wasn't about the positional defending and positional this and that. When we played football, it's an entertainment game. And at the end, it's made for me to enjoy as someone who plays and for people to enjoy. But the point is, what you're missing, Joe, is that Haaland by himself might not be entertaining for a lot of people at all. And at the end, we watch football to be entertained, right? Why do we pay money to watch football in TV? Yes, we support our teams, but we support one team. We're not only going to watch one team, we're going to watch football, because what do I do every day? What do you do every day, Joe? You're a content creator. What do you do every day? Do you have leads every day? You don't.
No.
So you watch other football. So you want to be entertained because you have no skin in the game, right? So if imagine watching something that is not entertaining for you and you don't have any skin in the game, you're not supporting a club that is playing, you want to be entertained. Is Haaland entertaining? Is he someone you open the TV to watch? Is he someone you would pay money to watch? That's the argument. And I'm here playing devil's advocate at my best. This is my best.
The guy's a machine. Like, why wouldn't you want to see Haaland in the flesh? Okay, I think what we're doing here, right? I think what we're doing here is misconstruing like Haaland and how well City are playing. If City play well, if we go back to last season when you had like KDB, bang, on the button, Haaland goal, is that not entertaining? KDB on the button, bang. I think he did it like 3 times.
KDB. See,
but this is my point.
KDB.
Yeah, but this is my point. So why are we having a conversation about Haaland then? Let's scrap
because
that.
It's Haaland. Because he's
so
Haaland.
have a conversation about Haaland, because as far as I can see, even though he's not getting the service, which you've just alluded to, even though it's not as entertaining as before,
so that's a mess.
Haaland's still the top goal scorer in the Premier League.
You are building the argument to something wrong, Joe. He's actually getting the service.
Hold
on. I'm gonna
go on.
Joe.
I am.
He's actually the one who had the most chances in the Premier League.
Okay.
So he is getting so that myth that people say that he isn't getting the service, the guy is getting the service. The guy has XG because he gets the service from the rest of the team. So your argument that you're building, Joe, that City aren't great, but Haaland's the top scorer, but they are not. I agree with you.
Yeah.
But for him individually, if you want to have your argument, Haaland is getting the service. The stats say that even without Kevin De Bruyne, he still has chances. He still missed a lot of chances. Yes, he scored 18 goals, but he still missed a lot of chances. The difference between his XG, which is what he should score, and the goals he scored is still negative. That means he scored less than he actually should score in the league. Okay. Does that make sense? And I'm going to go, you guys have the argument. Just give me 2 minutes. I'm going to actually pull up a stat that I showed the other day between Ollie Watkins himself and I think Darwin or someone else. And I will show you the stats because I think he's the only one, I think, or him and someone else, is that they scored less than what they actually should score in the league.
Okay. I'm looking at big chances misses now, and he's 17. Darwin Núñez, 15. Ollie Watkins, 13. Nicholas Jackson, 12.
I do think this is the first, if I'm not wrong, I'm pretty sure Nobbins has reeled this stat out, that this is the first time, the first season he's ever underperformed on his XG.
Okay.
So it's not like it's a common thing for him. The thing is, the most exciting version of Haaland was probably playing for Dortmund in the Champions League. That was when you would turn it on and be like, wow.
Yeah.
But no one plays against Man City in the way that teams would play against Dortmund in the Champions League. And you know, he has to be a striker that just sits in the box when he plays for Man City. Because if he dropped deep, everyone would be like, why is he not in the box? So it's difficult. And I put more of it on Pep than anyone else because he doesn't try and do anything different. Like, try take, you know, and one thing is when Alvarez has played, have they looked much worse, really? When Haaland was out and Alvarez played up top, the goals didn't really dry up. They played a different way, but it still worked. But then you never see that in games where Haaland is fit. So people don't want to
Rory,
talk about Pep.
Last season, though, were you entertained by Haaland?
Not as much as I had been when he was at Dortmund. Like, don't get me wrong. In fact, it was that you were like more entertained by just the sheer numbers of goals he was scoring.
Yeah.
You were like, wow, this is abnormal.
He's a machine,
the goals
right?
themselves, the majority of the goals themselves weren't, ones that you'd go and watch back again. But what else is he meant to do? Like, I don't think any striker for City really can play in a way that you're going to be excited by because of the way teams set up against City. It's just the way it is.
I just looked at it. I think it's the only one that is actually not. No, him and Nicholas Jackson. Of course, Nicholas Jackson is the one that is absolutely tops the list in terms of the difference between XG and goal scored. But I actually agree with Rory here.
Do you think no? Just he is a point. I think maybe it's. I don't even know if it's going to back up my point, but I think it's valid to make it. Do you think you could put Haaland in any team in the Premier League and he scores goals?
No.
Yes.
See, I think he does.
Yes, because against most teams in the Premier League, if he was playing for the majority of teams in the Premier League, he would have so much more freedom. You wouldn't need Kevin De Bruyne trying to find him in the box 16 times a game. He'd be running in behind. And there are players across the Premier League that can find him in behind.
So he's a counter-attacking player.
Not just a counter-attacking player. Like, City weren't a counter-attacking team massively last season, and he was the top scorer. But he is definitely more influential if you're allowed to counter-attack because he's the most powerful runner I've probably ever seen.
Yeah. Do you remember when he was it against Wolves or Bomb? I think it might have been Wolves when he just bodied, I forget his name now. Was it Wolves or it might have been Brentford? I can't remember. And he just runs through, like, no one can get near him when he has that
I
space.
think Brentford was one. I think Brighton he did. Didn't he body like Dunk or someone against Brighton? That's what he does. Yeah. But you rarely see him get the chance to.
I would take Haaland, right? I would take Haaland. But the problem is you need to have another option. Haaland sometimes doesn't give you, and like I believe, for example, and this is genuinely, I thought in the Arsenal game that Haaland would be subbed out and Alvarez would come in. As bad as people wanted to say about Alvarez, that game needed a different kind of striker to play against Saliba and Gabriel. Minute 70, why didn't Pep do it? Like, why? Like, I thought that Julian Alvarez might have had a better game than Haaland against these two defenders, because Haaland was just trying to body Gabriel and it didn't work out for him, right? He was trying, and then he left him and went to Saliba. Didn't work out for him at all, and he was trying. You know what I mean? He was trying to move to the light. Didn't work. And also, the last thing is that I wanted to say about Haaland is, why do players go to Man City, some of them, and become robotic? As Rory said, the guy at Salzburg was great. The guy at Dortmund looked way more exciting than now. Jack Grealish looked exciting at Aston Villa. It's not exciting anymore. Some players, is it just the same? It's just that the system that Pep plays. Is that something we can criticize Pep for? Like, you might have ruined a player here.
No, because it's effective. Like, they won the treble last year with a robotic Jack Grealish.
I want to be entertained. I don't support Man City.
But Pep's job is to win trophies, not to entertain Man City. And that's the thing. Yeah. And Arsenal players are becoming more robotic. 100%. Gabriel Martinelli, it's a lot of what, Arsenal fans fell in love with about Martinelli has kind of been taken from his game. But it's just about being more effective. And even I'd say Doku at this point doesn't look anywhere near as exciting as he did when he first came into that City team. So, yeah, I mean, for the neutrals and for football fans, you could say Pep is ruining it, but he's paid to win things.
I think there's that video clip of Thierry Henry in there doing that's done the rounds for time when he went over to the right-hand side for Barcelona, scores a goal, then Pep goes mad at him, hooks him off because he wasn't doing as he was told. So the system over expression, really, isn't it? But like Rory says, you can't argue with Pep because he wins things. Yeah, it is what it is. We'll wait to see at the end of the season, won't we? But yeah, look, my opinion is, and again, I just think it's wild to have a conversation about him being a bad footballer when he scores as many goals as he does. That's all.
I agree, but
technically he ain't great, but okay, but it doesn't matter when you score that many goals.
I just think you can say he can be ineffective in certain games, but then, like I said, it's on Pep to figure that out, not Haaland.
It is. It's actually on Pep. It's not Haaland's fault, to be honest. Listen, people, there's over 300 of you here. Can we get the likes up a little bit to 200? The like button is underneath the live chat. So hit that like button. Let's get to 200 likes. Don't be, I don't know, don't be cheap. You know, the likes are actually like really, really free. So you just hit that like button, right? Support the channel by like the video, share it. Michael is saying, Mo, how many players would you watch in the Prem to be entertained? KDB, Bukayo Saka, Phil Foden, Kudus, from Liverpool. I like Mohamed Salah as well. I like McAllister is entertaining. I like actually Van Dijk is entertaining. Very entertaining, actually.
Darwin Nunez is for me.
Darwin Nunez isn't entertaining for me. Isn't entertaining at all. He's just chaos. But the ones
entertaining.
That's not entertaining. Well,
do you not find it entertaining?
About strikers, by the way, I actually think strikers in the Premier League.
Isak,
entertaining, probably. Watkins isn't entertaining as much. Solanke, no.
Mateus
Cunha, no. You know, I called Cunha one of the worst strikers I've seen in my life.
He's bad at finishing.
He's absolutely atrocious. Like that, whoever, like he's terrible, but he drives with the ball very well. So I get what you're saying. Yeah. I get what you're saying, but I don't like watching Mateus Cunha. But to be honest, I love watching Jared Bowen, for example. Jared Bowen, the ball at his feet, the way he's explosive is great. I like it. I actually enjoy Jared Bowen. But there are players in the Premier League that are entertaining. Like there are aspects of the game that I like. Like for example, I love watching Ward-Prowse hit the free kicks in the corners. I just like that. I think it's entertaining.
Sorry to bring it back.
Can I do one thing? Bermuda Gunners saying the Gunners locked him up. Come on, you Gunners. Yes, people. See, you like the video. We got to 400 people right off the bat. So go ahead, Joe.
No, again, just to
Joe, it's open floor. You can
I'm just hammering on my point, and I know it'll annoy people in the chat, right? But I know Salah obviously gets a goal, but it was the most shots in a Premier League match by Salah. He had 12 attempts on goal against Brighton, most by any player in the top flight since Zlatan against Burnley more than 7 years ago. How many goals did he return?
One.
Okay. So, is he rubbish? Is he a League 2 footballer?
Sometimes.
Okay. I'm just putting it out there.
Sometimes.
Just
I'm
for
Egyptian,
context.
and sometimes
players miss chances is all I'll say. He had 12 attempts at goal and got one goal.
To be honest, sometimes I call Mo Salah. Sometimes he just have flip-flops instead of football boots.
Yeah, but this is the point, isn't it, though? That's the point. Like, that's why I think it's a nonsensical argument. Do you know what I mean? That's all. Because we could have it about any player.
But you're comparing Mohamed Salah to Erling Haaland. I think that's...
No, I'm not, though. I'm just making a point. I'm not. Hear me out. I'm not. I'm just saying,
guys,
like, if you're going to have an argument about Haaland, then we can have an argument about any player.
We can, but the thing about it, Joe, I think you're misunderstanding. And Rory hit the nail on the head. Rory literally told you, because he plays for City and he plays for Pep, and Pep insists on doing this, and they keep going to him, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and they look like what the hell he looked against Arsenal. That is the problem. The problem isn't Haaland himself. When it's working, the guy scores 5 goals against Luton.
No, I agree. You started the debate with Mo Salah's League 2 and Staffy's saying that he's terrible. That's what you started the debate with.
Yeah, Terry.
So I'm quashing that and saying that's not the case, and I agree with Rory. It is Pep's point, but if we're going to have a conversation about him, then we have to have a conversation about Salah.
Do you play football, Joe?
Yeah, not to a good level. I played for my district. Did I play today? No, I haven't played for a while.
No, but you played. I mean, you played football.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You played football, Rory, right? Did you play football? Okay. Would you guys take Haaland in your 5-a-side team?
But well, the 5-a-side team I play for at the moment, yeah, we're crap.
Like, would you if you're back in the day, did you take Haaland? People in the chat, I want a yes or no answer. Just a yes or no. Would you take Haaland in your 5-a-side team?
There are other strikers you would take over Haaland in a 5-a-side game, for sure.
That's when people say as a forward, but that's what people say. We're not asking about Saliba, Gabriel, Van Dijk, Konate. We're talking about someone who is brought up to score goals. What I mean, to be entertaining. That's what football became now. If you score enough goals up top, you're good. Listen, I didn't watch a lot of Alan Shearer, but I remember Alan Shearer wasn't the most talented footballer on earth. Joe, you can actually correct me if I'm wrong. Alan Shearer, I don't know how old is Rory, but I don't think Rory is old enough. But I don't think Alan Shearer was the most entertaining guy in the history. However, he was better than Haaland in terms of ball control and stuff, right? That's what people wanted to say. You know, like, listen, and we're joined by this guy, my partner, a new guy. Hello.
Good morning, Don.
Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, guys. Yes.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, my bad. Hi, guys.
Hi, how are you? We're talking about Haaland and five-a-side, but you got my point, Joe, right? About Haaland and the football ability, and HUSAM called him-
Haaland and five-a-side. There's no way I've walked into this. There is no way.
No, but because Joe, because you know that there is.
Oh, wait. Jordan makes a good point here. Joe, tell Mo to shush for a moment. He wanted Haaland to win the Ballon d'Or over Messi. Is that right?
Yes,
Mo?
100%.
All right,
He did.
okay. So he's a good footballer?
100%, because you cannot, but because you cannot ignore the amount of goals he scored.
So why are we
And
having a conversation about him being a bad
I never
footballer?
said anything last
going
season
on?
but that's the point. That's
Big up
again,
Jordan Brown.
It's Rory's point again. It's Rory's
No,
point.
I agree. Yeah,
When
yeah.
it's working, it's great for you. But when it doesn't work, you get stuck because he doesn't have any other solutions out of the box. You know what I mean? He's not, and I explained this, like, he's not a Benzema. You know what I mean? He's not gonna pull something out of the hat. That's the thing. But is he a good footballer? Is he a bang average footballer? Not a bang average. It's kind of like a strength, because he finishes some good finishes. To be honest, he has some good finishes in him. But I think Staffy probably took it to another level when he said he's a bang average. He's just an athlete and he's a freak of nature. I think he strikes the ball very well. We saw at Dortmund. I think his finishing is not bad at all. But again, I've seen better. But the question is, do you think if Dominic Solanke or Oli Watkins have joined Man City and had that much service, would they score the same goals?
No. We've seen it time and time again. No one's ever scored that many goals. Like, some of the best strikers, Sergio Aguero didn't score that many goals. Jesus didn't score that many goals. We've seen them have those sorts of strikers and not score that many goals. I think I never understand the, would X, Y, or Z, who's a decent striker, score that many goals, because we've got evidence from before Haaland.
But nobody played for a team like Manchester City.
Man City players played for a team like Man City.
I don't think there's any team that ever played like the Manchester City of last season, where everybody is serving one guy. One guy. The whole thing was serving one guy, people. The whole system was serving one guy.
So why did they buy Haaland?
Because to win the treble.
No, but if Solanke
to win the treble.
If Solanke and Watkins and everyone can do it, why buy Haaland?
Because he is someone who is great in the box.
But why buy him if Solanke can be great in the box at City?
I'm asking. I don't know.
No.
Do you know the biggest part of Haaland's game that is underrated? You just mentioned everything Haaland's good at, and you didn't mention it. And it's a reason that I don't think any other striker would score that number of goals. Is Haaland's ability to perfectly time his run and his movement
positioning
towards the ball. Because Ollie Watkins would be offside for even 15% of the goals that Haaland scored, or he wouldn't get on the end of it. So I do think that's part of his game that's completely underrated, and he's probably the best in the world at it.
Mo, I think you're waffling. I'll be honest with you.
Why I'm waffling?
When it comes to...
Bro, it's 30 minutes and you just woke up.
So many... Okay, can I speak? Can I speak? Or are you going to interrupt me 3 seconds?
You can talk.
Speak. Thank you very much for allowing me the opportunity to speak. Anyway, I'm going to do some City prop here, which I think is mad, obviously, given my history with Manchester City. I think Erling Haaland is an elite goal scorer and an elite finisher. And I've used the basketball example multiple times. I feel like sometimes people need to understand when you do things at a volume, it's actually harder to score than it is. Like maybe sometimes when you get 1 or 2 chances, maybe it's more clear-cut chance. It's sometimes a bit easier to score. Thing is, we've been doing this like, if this guy played for City, if that guy played for City for a long time now. We've been doing this for a while now. Like, oh, if this guy played for City, it had so much more goals. If this guy played for City, it had so much more goals. Like, even if I tell you maybe a Mo Salah would have played for City, would score more goals, we say that, but then Liverpool create a whole lot of chances and we miss a lot of chances as well. So, like, you know, it's just, we have to give respect to the guy's finishing ability, because I think his ability in the box, it's like, he really is like a fox in the box. And at the end of the day, as Joe just said, if it was that easy, they wouldn't have had to pay Erling Haaland or his dad under the table. Like, they could have just gotten the Dominic Solanke's or an Ollie Watkins, and that's it. And life would have been so simple. I think I'm looking at what Erling Haaland has accomplished last season in the league. Bro, at the end of the day, we haven't seen this before. This is the reality. He broke the record. He broke the record for Premier League goals. You don't break the record if you're just an average guy. And the game against Arsenal, guys, obviously, everyone here knows Erling Haaland is a goal scorer. He's not a fantastic footballer. He ain't going to create for himself. If you don't create for him, this is the type of game you're going to get. But this is what we know about the guy. That's why maybe if you're asking me, Kylian Mbappe would score more goals at City than Erling Haaland, I'd be like, okay, fine, that's fair. But don't tell me Ollie Watkins and Dominic Solanke would score more goals at City, because I don't believe that. So that's where, like, I'll draw the line. I think the guy's a very good goal scorer. Yes, everyone knows his dad gets paid under the table. Don't take it personal, City fans. Start crying in the chat. Point is, you know, he's an elite goal scorer. And I think for me, you have to create him chances. So should Erling Haaland be blamed? Or should KDB, Foden, Doku, Grealish, all the people in behind Erling Haaland get blamed? Because everyone knows Haaland's role in the game. Score the goals. Did you create him anything? No. So why should I blame him?
Yeah, all right then. Okay, great. 30 minutes on Haaland. I think that's enough. Listen, guys, there's over 500 people here. We need the likes up to 300. I don't want to keep reminding you people underneath the live chat. I don't need to show you, or I can show you, to be honest, but it's underneath the live chat. Just close the live chat and hit that like button. I want to speak about Arteta and Manager of the Year. The reason why I wanted to speak about that is that the Manager of the Year will be voted, I think, before the end of the season, if I'm not mistaken. It will be voted in April, like every year. Has Arteta done enough already against Pep and Klopp to actually earn that Manager of the Season thing? The reason why I said that, especially after last game, because there were two sides, like, of the coin in terms of Arteta's criticism or praise. Some people praised him for changing his tactics and having a plan B finally. And some people actually said, no, you're too defensive, you're scared, you should have gone for it against City. My point is does he deserve to be Manager of the Season at this point? He is second in the league behind Jurgen Klopp. He is young. People said you're not going to challenge again. Does he deserve that at all? Or should it be Klopp, or should it be someone else? I don't know.
It'll be Klopp.
Yeah.
It'll be Klopp. It's his last season. Like, it will be Klopp.
Why? Can I understand
because
why?
it will. Just
why?
Because it will, man. Of course. I will. It'll be Klopp.
It will be
They
Klopp.
will
Look,
give it to Klopp.
If it goes to Klopp, if it goes to Klopp, I don't think anyone can complain, right? I think he's overachieved. I think we'd all agree none of us expected Liverpool to fight for, let alone win the title. I think to rebuild the entire midfield last summer and for that to work in the way that it has is incredibly impressive. He's dealt with an injury crisis throughout a fair chunk of the season. Like, you could never take it away from Klopp if he wins it. And obviously, with the narrative of it being his final season, I think he will win it. Arteta's in the conversation. And if it was voted for after the end of the season and Arsenal were to win the Premier League, then you probably say it should go to Arteta. But given that it's going to be voted for when we probably won't know who's going to win the league, and Liverpool currently are top of it and the favourites to do it, like, yeah, I think it'll end up going to him, and I wouldn't complain if it does.
I think Klopp deserves it this season. I think Klopp deserves it. Obviously, Man City are underperforming. Arsenal, I feel like, obviously, are doing well as well. These two clubs are doing really well. I think maybe we always have to give respect to the managers outside the top six. Like Gary O'Neill deserves some flowers. Iraola from Bournemouth deserves some flowers. Maybe if even if Luton stay up, the Rob Edwards deserves some flowers as well. So there's many
What
people
about Ange as well, Don? Ange, no?
Hey, weren't they in a title race like 5 months ago?
You're not going to give
They've
him
now
more flowers.
they've now been relegated to the top 4 race and are below Aston Villa in the league. So
Yeah,
he's had enough.
Emery would have to come above Ange, right?
Yes, Emery. I was about to say Emery was about to have to come above Ange, and Ange as well. What's it called? The guy's actually, I think he's costing his team a little bit with the stubbornness. I'll be honest with you. So, like, he might even be involved negatively in this team, and he's had enough Manager of the Month already. He scammed about 2 of those, so there's no need for him to get any other award. My problem is these awards are always voted for pre the season ends, and it was the same thing 2 seasons ago. I still remember when we were, I had so many videos and spaces and stuff about the Son and the Salah and the KDB Player of the Season award. I still remember that year, like, oh, Son scored 23 goals without penalties, and Mo Salah's this and KDB's that, and blah blah blah. I still remember all those conversations. I think when I done my research, it's actually voted for, I think, in early April or late March. So like, I think the decision's actually made quite soon, which I think is stupid, to be honest with you, because they essentially take out the business end of the season from the voting process. But yeah, looking at it now, you might even see like Player of the Season be like a Phil Foden or someone like that, because it's just voted for 2 months before the end of the season. I feel like that's the part where we should want it to change. I don't know, man. Player of the Season is gonna be absolutely mad, but Manager of the Season. I
don't know why Jurgen Klopp deserves it. He's been here 9 years and he's managing Liverpool. I think it should be Arteta, to be honest, at this time.
Who votes for it more?
Players and journalists, I guess, if I'm not mistaken.
It'll be Klopp.
Yeah.
This is bullshit. Yes, Klopp has done a good job, but I get what Klopp has done.
No, not players and journalists. Players.
It is.
No, there's 2 awards. There's the PFA one, which is players and coaches, and then there's the other one, which is the journalist voted one.
Journalists will give it him, and it wouldn't surprise me if the players and other coaches give it him as well. So he probably
because he's leaving.
Sweep. Yeah.
So a pity.
But he also has won a trophy, and what Rory's point said about the midfield and everything, that all stands as well. And at the minute, they're the favourites for the title race.
Oh, right.
So
you can't even keep a straight face when you just say the pity award because we're top of the league.
It is a pity award.
Shame and decorum.
We'll see if you're top of the league in 2 weeks. You're the one who's saying we're not favorites. We need 10 points.
I don't think
you're really underestimating. You're really underestimating your manager. We're giving your manager props, and you're underestimating your manager.
They're voting for the award next week anyway. What are you gonna do about it? We're gonna be top of the league.
Complete. Oh my God, this complete midfield rebuild. We agree. We see.
Big up Klopp.
Anyway, listen, now Miguel Delaney. Now because of Jurgen Klopp, listen, people. Miguel Delaney just tweeted that Amorim, he's saying Barcelona have been favorites for Amorim, but nothing yet has been agreed. Miguel Delaney sometimes has spoke out of his ass. Sometimes he tweeted some stuff that are not true, like last season especially. But for him to say that Barcelona, so guys, the tweet has just been, I think this released like 2-3 hours ago. He said that Amorim, Barcelona are trying to sign Amorim from Sporting Lisbon. And he's a top choice for a number of clubs. Alonso's decision has changed the market, but Barcelona has been favorites, but not yet agreed. Nagelsmann also being considered. My question is for Liverpool fans, if Amorim isn't going to join, right? Who is going to be the coach for Liverpool Football Club? Who's in the market that Liverpool can get? What's going to happen to Liverpool if they don't get Amorim, for example? Assuming that Amorim, because I think Tom Little is the one who did all of this, is saying that Amorim will take Liverpool to the top. I don't see anybody else said that. But who else? Who do we think Liverpool should get? Guys, I want to hear your opinions as well. Does any did Zerbi said he's out more now is unlikely. I'm not sure about Inzaghi from Inter. I don't think so. Gary O'Neill. Someone said Gary O'Neill from.
People need to calm down on Gary O'Neill.
Yeah,
that's wild.
I mean, Gareth Southgate might be on the market.
Graham Potter, Pochettino, HUSAM, Pochettino props if he gets sacked from. But who's to replace?
Surely, if you're Liverpool, you can't if you're talking about Pochettino. What does that say about you if you're taking a guy who's survived less than a season at Chelsea? Is that really the level that you want to go for? Like, surely you want a manager that's performing well. I don't know.
There is a lot of people that actually still like Graham Potter, to be honest with you. I don't know why. I genuinely don't know why would you like Graham Potter.
What about getting Stevie from Saudi?
Stevie G? Or Henderson can retire from Ajax and come coach Liverpool?
Player coach for one season.
I think Jurgen Klopp just fucked
Do you know
up.
what, Don, though? It's a good job Stevie G moved to Villa when he did, because if not, and he was still at Rangers winning stuff, he would have walked into the job after Klopp, you know.
I don't know if he would with the people that make the decision. Maybe I would have said I wanted him. You know?
I think.
But now things are different. Unfortunately. I just think...
who do you want, Husam? Like, who do you want? I know you want Zidane, but who else? If Zidane is not coming to England...
I wouldn't mind Amorim.
You wouldn't mind him, but you wouldn't be your top choice.
I wouldn't mind Hansi Flick. I wouldn't mind... I wouldn't mind this... what's his name? Nagelsmann I don't like, but like he'd be bottom of the list. Thing is, the short list it's like it gets worse as you just go down the short list. This is the reality.
Is Pep Linders
Xavi actually got sacked by Barca. I wouldn't mind Xavi as well. I think that's a good appointment with the brains on that guy. He's one of the best midfielders of all time, so I think that's a great idea. But for me, I think
would you take Barca reject? Would you take Barca reject?
You're calling Xavi Hernandez Barca reject?
From the coaching. Yeah, they wanted him out. The fans didn't
like him. No, he didn't get sacked. He actually resigned.
Yeah, but that's because of his history with the club, so they didn't want to sack him. Husam, you know that everyone wanted him out. Barca fans were cussing him every game.
Yeah, but I don't think anything that's happening at Barca is Xavi's fault.
Is Pep Linders in with a chance?
Yes, I think so, actually. Yes. I think so.
I actually think the one that system did Zerbi. I think it's Zerbi, and I'm not bantering.
The manager market, guys, it stinks.
Yeah,
okay, let's just say it as this. It stinks. I have nothing to work with here. As soon as Xabi Alonso says no, if that news is 100% accurate and shit, I'm stuck with either Amorim or basically a bunch of like, it's just I'm done out here. So I have to just go with the young guy, who's Amorim. Other than that, it's very difficult to make a selection.
I don't know why you're against the Zerbi, bro.
Yesterday, I'm so happy it was announced the Zerbi is not joining.
Why? Why you're so against? And I'm not bantering. I don't know why you're against the Zerbi.
And I'm so happy because you see how open and expensive they were against us.
They weren't.
You know the reason why that game ended 2-1 is
because they weren't expensive.
We literally could have won that game 7-1 more. Don't do that, please. You know we could have won that game 7-1. You know we could have. That's how you.
To be honest with you, they weren't so expensive. They were defending deep. I believe the problem is everybody looks at Brighton players, and I want to get Rory and Joe's takes on this. Everybody looks at Brighton players, and they think they are better when they actually are because of the Zerbi. They think Billy Gilmore is good. They think Pascal Gross is this amazing.
Pascal Gross is good.
Yeah, but that's because he makes them look good. He makes everyone look good. The way he plays the football makes them positionally very well. Kevin Prince-Boateng spoke about this when he in the podcast when he did with Rayo and the guys. That he said that this guy so detailed that you actually want to play for him. Everything you're instructed to do, everything on the pitch by squares. He said he's very detailed. That's why he said he makes everyone better. He said everyone on the team is better. Do we think that we're fooled by his system? And we think Lewis Dunk, bro, did you see? Lewis Dunk isn't a great defender. He looks good on the ball, but in one-on-ones and stuff, Lewis Dunk is not great on the ball. Van Hecke or whatever that other guy, Veltman, the guy that came from Ajax, these guys look good because of him. It's not the other way around. He's not underperforming with them. He's overperforming with these players because these players shouldn't be playing this brand of football and look that good. I believe with better players, his system might look even way better than now. That's what I think. I think he's worth a chance, to be honest, in a top club.
I do agree that I think he gets more out of players than most other. In terms of like how often we hear, "Oh, Brighton, where did this player come from?" You know, whether it was in Caesar last season or like Adingra and
Nonotti or
Baleba this
whatever, these guys
season.
never heard
You're
of.
like, you're like, don't get me wrong. I'm sure Brighton's recruitment is very good and their model is very good, but the odds of them getting every single one so right and it being and everything coming off the way it does, I think that is less likely than the more simple answer, which is De Zerbi does get an awful lot out of those players.
And people talk about the pressure, okay? I hear it. But the pressure will be on Amorim, who's coaching Sporting Lisbon. I'm sorry. We've seen Villas Boas drown in the Premier League, right? I've seen the pressure is different in the Premier League and at Liverpool Football Club because the eyes will be on every manager that will come to Liverpool next season. Magnifying glass, I'm telling you. The rivals will wait for their fall because of Arteta and Pep. You'll be coaching against Arteta, Pep. I don't know who's going to coach Manchester United. You know what I mean? You will be looked at. The pressure will be there. And I'm talking about even Xabi Alonso is coaching Bayern Leverkusen. The pressure at Bayern Leverkusen is not compared at all to any pressure in the Premier League. Yes, you're winning the league, but you think you're coming to Liverpool because you won a trophy, you're good? Or Amorim, you're going to like have it easy? They're not going to have it easy. The pressure is immense. This Liverpool following Jurgen Klopp is not easy. Like, it's not going to be like, yeah, have 3 years, have 4 years. This is not going to be another Arteta project. It's not. Liverpool fans aren't going to be patient. HUSAM can correct me if I'm wrong.
It shouldn't be an Arteta project because their starting points are different. It shouldn't be a Klopp project either. You know, the reason why you need 3, 4, 5 years is you walk into a completely different situation. The situation at Liverpool right now does not, need 4, 5 years, 3 years for you to go back at the top. You just need to make a series of right decisions to make sure that you stay at the top. And the reality is Man United and Arsenal after Wenger, after Ferguson, other clubs there will always be some form of drop-off, which is fine, but you can limit the drop-off by getting the right manager in, by making the correct transfers, by doing correct things. If we do correct things this summer, we can limit the drop-off. Zerbi might do well at a big club, maybe like a United. They're begging for good football right now, so maybe he'd make sense over there. Maybe he'd make sense, at another club, but he just doesn't make sense for us, in my opinion. And anyway, he's been ruled out, so.
I don't think it's gonna be ruled out if Amorim isn't on the table.
Yes, if Amorim isn't on the table, then we have opened up.
Will come back to the table. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we've opened up a can of worms. The thing is, as I said, the shortlist is just not that good. I'll be honest with you. 5 years ago, I could have made a 5-man shortlist from Leeds. Could have named a 5-man shortlist 5 years ago, and I would have been like, "Oh, look at these." Do
you know what they're doing? There's a good point made last night on the Big Six, like how because everyone's fast tracked these days, no manager like gets time. It's like as soon as they show anything, bang, get them in the top club, and then they're done and they get sacked, and it's like, yeah, they're washed. They're a rubbish manager, and it's almost like we're too eager to go right. Get them in, and we're seeing it now with players. We're now seeing. I know this has always been going on, but you're seeing the top clubs signing 15, 14-year-olds for mega money from America, and that already. It's like any little sniff, and it's like, yeah, bam. Now we need it now. We'll sign him now. We'll give him the job now. And now look what happens. There's literally like HUSAM said, there's no one there. Like who's there? It's mad. It is mad because I would argue Man United are going to have to look for a manager as well because they're going to sack him in the summer. So there's another one. Barca.
Man United are going to get Graham Potter. I'm convinced. I'm convinced.
I don't think that's a bad appointment, to be honest. But anyway, I like Potter. I do.
Nice. I think if Man United get Graham Potter, I think they're done. It's over.
No, he's a good manager. This is the point I'm making about. He came from Sweden. He started his coaching career at Leeds Carnegie Uni or something. Then went to Sweden. Then came Swansea. Did well. Then went Brighton again. Fast tracked. Bang. Get him in at Chelsea. All of a sudden, he's a rubbish manager. He's not. Graham Potter is not a rubbish manager, in my opinion, anyway. And if given time, which I think he would get at that club under the new ownership, he'll be fine. So I think. That's the point I'm making. Had he have just been left to maybe continue at Brighton, he eventually moves them up. But he got the move to Chelsea, and then look, he's rubbish because you're not winning straight away. And like, L-Bagser says Chelsea is a death trap right now anyway, so anyway.
Chelsea is the death trap, 100%. But with Potter, I just don't think he can handle a big club. I think that's fair. I just don't think he has the charisma for it. You know, I don't know, man. I really just don't see Potter succeed. I mean, I was. Thing is, the way he behaved when he became Chelsea manager just gave me like Brendan Rodgers vibes.
Yeah,
And I knew Brendan Rodgers failed just because of who he is, like as a person, more than anything else. Like it's just not even his tactics or anything. I just don't. Sometimes I feel like they let the name of the club and stuff get to them, and I think that's where they fail.
He
So
started wearing suits and that, didn't he? Like all of a sudden, all wearing
yeah,
all black
out
and
of
that.
nowhere, like
Yeah.
he left everything. He left everything behind, and he sat down with these like between his legs like this and stuff, and he was like so happy and excited and all this. It's just I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Just don't know.
Yeah, okay. Rory has to go, of course, guys. We're
Sorry.
still staying for a bit. Rory has to go. Appreciate you, Rory. Thank you for stepping in
worries.
and filling in, of course. Hopefully we'll
No
see you
worries.
soon. Appreciate
one,
you,
Rory.
Rory. We'll
See you
talk
guys
to you
next
soon,
time.
bro. Thank
Yeah,
you.
bro.
And this is it. But listen, we want to speak about the games, the coming games. And is there any hope? And let me do the couple of super chats before we finish.
Mo, you know, I knew
Uchidis in-
Joe before I knew you. Are you aware of this fact,
Rory
Yeah, man.
or Joe? Joe?
Joe?
Do you know what, like Don? I could see the potential that this man had before anybody else saw the potential that this man had. This is true, Don. Don smashing it, and then he got given the opportunities, and once he got given the opportunities, now he's in there with the biggest YouTubers out there. So it's great to see. From me, I'm like, yes, I'm buzzing for him. Big up.
Appreciate you, man.
Big up.
Can't wait for Leeds to be back in the Prem.
Yes, man. We
cannot
will be
wait.
there. We will be
Let's
there.
do this.
Yeah, man.
We will be there. Hopefully, we'll see. Uchi saying Shearer, same as Haaland, he couldn't juggle the ball. That's what we're talking about. But yeah, juggling the ball isn't everything, to be honest, in football. Ian is saying, can Barcelona afford to get him out of the contract? I think they can. They will find a way to do it. They will sell some players, Barcelona. In the,
Guys, Barcelona are a big club. They're not going to be.
they'll always find the money. They'll always find a way to do it. Come on. AMT saying, question to the panel. The tactics Arteta used at Man City, would it work in the UEFA Champions League? It's a very good question.
Yes, it would work even more in the Champions League. That's exactly what. Have you met? There's a guy goes by the name of Rafael Benitez. I don't know if you know who he is. Always went far in the Champions League. Even worse tactics than Arteta defensively. Please, like guys, I'm telling you right now. So yes, defense. Diego Simeone got the Champions League final twice. I can name you so many managers, bro. Defensive football actually works even better in Europe than it does.
Mourinho.
And by the way, this is how you should play. Arsenal fans, you know what? I'm gonna defend you a little bit. I know you've been bullied over the last 24 hours. Oh, you came to the Etihad and you parked the bus and blah blah blah. That's the right approach. Please don't think anyone expects you to go to the Bernabeu or the Etihad or like all these stadiums and play open, expansive football. That's actually the stupid thing to do. So you need to make the smart decision and defend. I think defensively is actually a better choice than anything else, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Looking at the game today and tomorrow and the day after, do we see Man City dropping point at Aston Villa at all after the game that they played at the Etihad against Arsenal? Does anybody think that Man City can drop points against Aston Villa after Arsenal? Anybody see it? I actually don't.
They can.
They can't.
I don't know if they will because Aston Villa are away from home. This is the problem.
It's expensive a little bit, Aston Villa. They're not going to sit deep. They're not. Aston Villa cannot defend. They don't have Gabriel and Saliba, in my opinion.
Can I tell you the reason why Villa won't beat Man City? Ollie Watkins. I just have zero trust in that guy.
He's out, isn't he, bro? I think he's out.
I don't like him. I think he's overrated. I really do.
I think it's.
I just
Durant.
don't
I think Ollie Watkins is out. I think he's playing.
And he's out. Oh, Ollie Watkins is out. Aston Villa getting something. Aston Villa getting something, chat. Aston Villa
Durant
getting
up top.
something. I'm excited now. I'm excited. Ollie Watkins is out. Let's go. I'm very happy.
Yeah, I believe Man City can drop points. And the thing about it is that if Arsenal win against Luton and Man City drop points, I think that rules Man City out of the title race. Joe, do you think Man City would drop 2 points against Arsenal?
Against
Or do you
Villa.
think, that is a chance missed by Man City to win the game, or do you think that's an okay point with all the circumstances around the game?
No, they'll have wanted to win the game, wouldn't they? They'll have wanted to win the game. but like you could argue Arsenal had the better chances. But I do just want to agree with what HUSAM. Someone shouted at me for calling you Don, mate. But he is the Don, you see. That's what I call him. But it is a good point game by Arsenal. I watch content all the time, as you lads know, and there seems to be this, but that, what do you want them to do? Go open up and get battered? They didn't. They got a point, and that could win them the title come the end of the season. But just on to, they won't lose to Villa, mate. A couple of weeks ago, I'd have said maybe there's a chance because Villa's home record was phenomenal, but they've lost quite a few times now, haven't they, since then? At Villa Park, I think they've lost 2-3 games. I think after going on nearly a year's run of not losing at Villa Park, whatever that run was. So I think City will have too much for them.
Really, I think that this game can be as tougher than what we actually think, in my opinion. Or that's just me hoping, to be honest, for the game to be tougher than what
Yes, because you want better content, which I also want, which is why I want City to beat Villa. But I just don't see it happening because, listen, I think Aston Villa have already beaten City this season, right? And I said that they will beat them away from home. Like, this is why I'm worried when I go away to Villa. But right now, like at home, even all these teams that we speak about, we've all beaten Aston Villa at home. I think we beat Aston Villa like 3-0 earlier on this season at home.
Yes.
We dominated them. So
because they opened up like a high line. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't know if Aston Villa, the way that they play football, is beneficial at the Etihad currently. Because funnily enough, Joe was just speaking about it. Defensively, I don't think Villa are going to park the bus per se. I don't think they're going to just just go all out, Sam Allardyce style, 2 banks of 4 and all this Tony Pulis type shit. And I just don't see it happening, So I think they will try to attack a little bit, which might be beneficial as well, given the way that City are playing, given the way that City are missing chances. But I do expect City eventually have to bounce back. City aren't going to keep drawing games in a row and losing games and stuff. So they are going to bounce back. So maybe the game that they have, don't they go to Brighton away after that? Maybe that game, I think, is or actually...
No, it's the other way. Arsenal go to Brighton away after Luton.
Who do City play after Villa?
They play Crystal Palace away.
Crystal Palace away.
On Saturday.
Yeah, maybe 12:30 kickoff. Oh, I might have to wake up early for that one still.
12:30 kickoff, Crystal Palace. I think I think that game is gonna be more exciting. And then they travel to Real Madrid after, so it's gonna this game, the Crystal Palace game. But however, I actually now, after the Arsenal game, I agree with you, HUSAM. Man City now have the easiest run now after the Arsenal game, but they already dropped 2 points, which is what made it a tough run because of the 2 points dropped against Arsenal. That was the argument. But now Man City have the easiest run, in my opinion. However, Champions League and Europa League, I think that's a big thing. That's a massive thing. Champions League, the difference between Champions League the difference between playing Real Madrid and Atalanta is just massive. It's big. You're playing Atalanta, they're playing freaking Real Madrid, and after this they play Bayern or Arsenal. I know. Arsenal again is Luton. I actually think this game is tougher than we actually think. I don't know why. I have a feeling that Arsenal will win, but it won't be as easy as people think it is. Yes, Luton have a lot of injuries, but I think Luton, the way they play, they just make it tough for every team, in my opinion.
Imagine Luton get a point at the Emirates. Imagine that happen. If that happens, and he gets a point at the Emirates, oh my God, that is just gonna be. I think you know what? If you're talking about for content's sake, and if you're talking about from a YouTube perspective, Arsenal drawing at home to Luton would be a lot better for content than City drawing at home to Villa. I'll be honest with you.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
If Arsenal draw at home to Luton, are you mad, Mo? You know how many meltdowns you'd have. Yeah. You know how many meltdowns the Arsenal fans. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful. But listen, all 3 teams. Let's be honest. Mo and Joe. Joe, you've been honest. Mo's a fraud. We know this. But let's just be real. There's 3 games this week, guys. All 3 are winning their games. Let's just say it as it is. What are you going to tell me next? Can Sheffield get something at Anfield?
No, 100% no.
Yeah, 100% no.
Okay, so see, that's the only game I'm not even going to ask about. You're playing Sheffield at home, bro.
Yeah,
This is the
they're
game
playing
where
Luton at
Liverpool
home.
make up. You're gonna make up the goal difference in this game.
I hope so. But Luton are at the Emirates. You know, City Villa, I hear it. I'm not gonna disrespect Villa as much. Like, so let's say Liverpool are gonna 100% win, Arsenal are gonna 100% win, City. Let's say City might like 70% win, 20% draw, 10% Aston Villa win. I think that's fair. So like there's a possibility. The
Yeah.
other two, nah, there is no possibility. There is literally no
To
possibility.
be honest,
I'm sorry.
the game I can't wait for after watching Brighton again is, do you still think that the Arsenal away against Brighton is an easy game?
Yes.
Joe, did you hear this? He's saying that Brighton away, okay, is an easy game. Like it's just a full-on conclusion that you just win against Brighton away for Arsenal and Manchester City. Do you think the same?
Well, they've notoriously struggled there, but I think they did that hoodoo last season, right? Didn't they already slap them up last season? Maybe I think.
No,
think so, yeah.
Brighton. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. So I think
Yeah,
that's-
Arsenal won away.
That's good.
They
Yeah,
did
they
again.
did. Yeah, I think before that they had struggled there. I think the only game for Arsenal that they really need to be worried about is Spurs. That's the big one because Spurs will be so up for that, and if they can dent their title hopes, like for me as a neutral, I cannot wait for that fixture. I'm more excited for that than I was for City versus Arsenal because I just think Tottenham will have something to say, man. I think it's going to be an unreal
I think
game of
Brighton will
football.
have a say in this as
Tottenham
well.
play all three clubs as well.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but they play Liverpool at Anfield. But they
Yes,
the other
and
two is different.
what's our record against the Big Six? Can you tell the world, please?
I have no idea. You
One
haven't won
win.
again. You haven't. You won
Against
one
Chelsea.
game against Chelsea.
Chelsea.
If you consider Chelsea top six, Chelsea's not even top off of the table, bro.
That's why I said Big Six. If you want to go top six, one win, Aston Villa.
Arsenal play Chelsea is a banana skin as well.
Same thing.
Like this is gonna be a tough game, to be honest. I think the game against it's the game at Stamford Bridge. Arsenal against
So you're allowed to say Arsenal Chelsea is a tough game, but I'm not allowed to say Liverpool Aston Villa away is a tough game.
it's definitely. I literally said it's one of the toughest games.
Your
we have
levels
this
of
season.
fraudulence are unbelievable.
What are you lying about? I literally said that Aston Villa probably is your toughest game away. I said
but I'm not
Aston
allowed
Villa.
to say Man
Aston Villa.
United away. Tough.
Number one, I said Aston Villa away is tougher than Brighton away.
Is Man United away tough?
Yes, but it's not as tough as Aston Villa away.
Okay, but then you accept that it's tough finally. This is the first time you've said it's tough.
It's not
First
like
time.
it's not a full on conclusion, but you're gonna be going to the game favorites.
Listen, it is what it
Am I
is.
wrong to say that?
Listen, on paper we're favorites, but at the end of the day, it's the biggest
It's
game
a
in
derby,
England.
and all this stuff.
And they all play 150%.
JB is saying, does anyone think Klopp is making a mistake on leaving right now? There is a second team that can challenge City and take points directly off them. I think we cannot say that Klopp is making a mistake, my friend. It's his decision. It's a personal decision. Is he making a mistake overall? I think Liverpool fans, Liverpool Football Club would love him to stay more. There's a reason why they did the rebuild. But nobody can force someone to stay.
After
Right?
Xabi announced he's not going to come, I said 1 more year for Klopp. That's what I want. So if you ask me, yes, I'd keep him in 1 more year. I'd be like, you know what, Klopp? I know you can't go at 100%. Even if you could do 80%, I'm still taking you over these bums. Like the manager market stinks. It smells. There's no real options, you know. And I'll be sat here in May if we don't get Ruben Amorim, thinking which shit stinks less. Basically, is what I want.
Get what JB is saying that Klopp is leaving now is wrong because now Arteta's there. There is a third challenger, so Klopp has a higher chance of winning the league. Now, since Pep,
No, he has a lower chance of winning the league. Factually,
he's saying that he can
33%.
challenge City and take points off them, directly off them.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the reason. I think the guy is just tired.
He's probably tired.
And by the way, you'll
Do
see
you
it with
think
his
though?
next job.
Do you know we talk about regeneration of squads, etc.? Do you think that came into his thinking a little bit of like, oh, I've had to rebuild, and do you think he didn't think it would go as well as it has, and therefore wanted to pass the baton on, and maybe now he's like,
Yes.
do you know what, this has actually gone quite well, and we're closer than
Yeah,
I
I
thought
don't even
we
think
would
Klopp
be.
himself expected this.
No,
100%.
yeah.
Do you guys think he should stay? He can stay.
If he wins the league, you never know, do you? And you could do
If,
that.
they can, if Liverpool can't
I'm
find
not
a good
leaving.
if Liverpool can't find,
Ferguson changed his mind as well, didn't he?
so
Yeah,
do we
yeah,
think
yeah.
Jurgen Klopp can change his mind? If we can't
No,
find
no,
anybody to
I
replace the
think Klopp
guy,
is gone into a different direction, which is why I think he'll be the Germany manager. I think Klopp's going to be
Oh,
the Germany
really?
national manager. It's so obvious. It's actually so obvious. And even in the interview, he even mentioned there's a statement that usually managers, when they leave, they don't make. He said, I will never manage any club in England. You'd expect him to say that. And I won't manage a nation for the next year. I found it interesting that he said nation. No one ever says that. No one ever say I'm not going to manage a nation for the next year. So I think he's probably going to end up managing Germany, you know, in the upcoming future. I just don't think there's any chance of Klopp staying because him and Michael Edwards don't have the best relationship. You know, it was actually the reason why Edwards quit. But I'm looking at the direction that you know we're headed in, and we must make the correct decision, or it's gonna be a downfall season. So yeah.
guys, let's do some of the super chats. Guys, get your super chats in if you want any questions, if you want any comments, and we want us to comment. Spurs and Brighton play too open, suits Arsenal. Do we think that is that Spurs play wide open against Arsenal? Does that suit Arsenal? I think Brighton, but Brighton didn't play wide open against Liverpool. So AMTI,
They did though, Mo. I don't know why you keep denying this.
No more. We spoke about Salah having like 12 chances or something, the most in the Premier League all season.
Liverpool were very good in creating chances. McAllister had an amazing games in terms of like these
I told you
small.
about McAllister. Thank you. Give me my credit.
He was actually very good in picking up the right passes all the time, to be honest.
Yeah, but that's not the point. The reason why we had so many chances to press is because of how open and expensive they are.
I don't
They
think
are
were
open
and
and
expensive at
bro.
all, but fine. I don't know. Did you watch another game or something?
There you are. There you are. So you're telling me Brighton played in this hypothetical low block, yet we managed to have like 500 shots. But that's basically what happened, yeah?
You had 54% position, and I would
Yeah.
look at the players' average position.
You know what's 54% possession?
Guys,
Definitely.
Brighton definitely played way much slower than what they normally do. I just checked it. The positional play between the other games that Brighton play and this game is much, much lower.
Yeah, but lower than what Brighton do is not much.
they're very.
Yeah.
Because they're so high up the pitch, like anyway. So like when you say lower, obviously when they come to Anfield, they're gonna drop back 5 yards. That doesn't mean they play defensive. Liverpool could have won that game 8-1, man. We just missed the chances.
I don't think what you're saying is right, but Brighton, you guys missed the chances, but they didn't play very, very high on the pitch at all. By the way, I just checked the difference between Brighton positions in some games and Liverpool game. The positional places for Brighton players is kind of similar to Arsenal against Manchester City. You can go check it, by the way. If I'm lying, I'm lying.
Oh my God, man. Oh my Lord. Lord have mercy on my soul. You're just waffling now.
I'm just checked it on Sofa Scores. I can show you.
Arsenal had 23% possession. Brighton had 46%
Okay.
possession.
How about we check it? How about I'm lying? How about I'm lying and we check it? How about that? Okay. How about we check that, guys? So because I'm lying. I like this. I like this game.
So how did they have 46%?
How about we check it and I'm lying? Okay. Let's just do that.
This is
Before
why
you
the eye
waffle.
test is better than stats. That's
And
exactly
this is why my eye test, when I was watching the game, I saw
So you watched that game and you thought, oh, Brighton are so
Brighton
defensive.
played much deeper. Yes, I watched that game and I saw
He
Brighton
says
played
yes as well. Like you fully say yes as well. Like
because you know I'm not lying, bro. This is what I watched, and I fully believe
This
it.
people is why their combined channel's going to be lit. Don't worry. You need to get on it.
appreciate you, Joe. Go subscribe, guys. Go subscribe to the new channel. Did you put it in the description, Mo?
Yes, Habib. Yes.
Okay, I'm glad you're actually half awake. Put the guys, go subscribe to MHF now. You get me? Let's get to 700 subscribers. I think we're only 5 away. So let's go get there already. Yalla habibis. Go subscribe.
Okay, let's check this shit. Okay.
Can you share screen?
I am. Don't press me that hard. Just let me share the screen. Here you go, guys. Here we go. Arsenal versus Man City positioning. Joe, you are the judge here, not me. You're the judge. Okay?
Okay.
Brighton positioning. Who's deeper, people? Brighton average positioning against Liverpool. Arsenal average positioning against Liverpool. Who's deeper?
Arsenal
Don't say a
are
word.
deeper, actually.
Sam, don't say a word. Joe, who's deeper? Look at number 520. Look at them.
Yeah. But as well, they do have
1-0 more. 1-0 more.
yeah,
More
they do
1-0.
have 24 and 18 further up. Though.
You know why? Because
Yeah, they have 2 players.
Okay, because this is why they played on the counter attack, on the transition to Adingra all the time. Watch the difference between 7, Saka, HUSAM. And watch the difference between the defenders and how compact they were. Anyway, long story short, HUSAM,
Saka played right wing back.
Yeah, and so is everybody else at Brighton.
No, but they had 2 outlets. Arsenal had 0 outlets.
Again, should we do that? Should we zoom in more? Because HUSAM needs glasses.
Didn't Joe himself just told you? What did he say?
There we
16
go.
and 24
HUSAM
were
needs
above
glasses.
the halfway line.
There we go. I'm toggling people. Who's deeper?
People above the halfway line.
Yeah, only 2 people, and then there is Kai.
And actually, the only 2 that are deeper in that picture.
Okay, my point is,
Look, go click on the City players for me there, please. See, they're not that much further forward.
They're way forward. Look at how many players
Oh,
are here.
sorry, I
Oh
think
my
sorry.
God,
Sorry, I'm talking from the bottom. I didn't. Yeah, I've looked at that wrong. I've looked at
Wow,
that
Joe.
Joe, look at how high Liverpool were.
No, I've looked at it wrong, man.
Oh my God, he's looked from the other direction.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you guys see how high Liverpool were? Same as City. Guys, look at this. Liverpool and City.
Oh yeah, we play crazy football. Everyone here knows.
No,
this.
you were like
Our
against
football
Brighton, to be honest, because you
so
went
strong.
1-0 down early in the game. It was kind of a little bit crazy. Like you played very, very high. Let me do the super chat because 2-0 more.
No, there's no 2-0 more. You haven't proved
Just
your
1-0.
point.
Just 1-0. Guys, we have over 600 people here. If we can get to 400, can you show the people how to do it, HUSAM, on your phone, please?
Oh, can you show people how to what? Like the video?
We've
Guys,
got 695 subscribers, right? There's how many people watching?
I have 620 people here.
Right, okay. So there's at least 5 people on this stream that haven't subscribed, yeah? We want you to... more than 5, but there's at least 5 that haven't subscribed to MHF, right? I've just subscribed myself. I can share my screen. You can see it 'cause these 2 are goats. So you need to go to the description, new channel alert, click it. It'll take you straight over. Hit the subscribe. I'm going to hit a refresh now. We've got 713. There we go. Boom, done.
Here we go, people.
Boom.
Easy.
Right there.
MHF in the description, people. Simple.
Yeah, man.
We want to get to 1,000 subscribers before we even start the first stream. Actually,
Yeah, we want to get to 1,000 guys. Share
guys,
the, video
the
every
like
episode.
button on this video is simple. You click, you exit the live chat right here. You see the live chat, and then the like button is right here. Guys, hit that like button on this video as well. Let me do the super chats before they pile up. Big up, Mo. Which is tougher, Arsenal versus Chelsea, Liverpool versus Everton? Arsenal versus Chelsea. Arsenal. It's a tougher game for Arsenal, for Liverpool against Everton. Everton are a weak team. That's my
No,
opinion.
but we're ignoring the fact that Arsenal are at home.
Yeah, but I even at home, I think Chelsea will be tougher for
We're
them
ignoring the fact
than
that
you
Sean Dyche-
playing Everton
Yeah.
away. Like it doesn't matter at Goodison Park. I
Sean
genuinely
Dyche.
believe that. Terence Daniels is saying Brighton are fighting for a European spot. We're definitely favorites, but shouldn't underestimate, especially since Bayern is right afterwards. Brighton might be a banana skin for you. You might not win the game. Brighton have not lost at home since September. If Arsenal are the first team, I actually think if Arsenal win that game, they should be praised. Not as, oh, they just did their job. I genuinely think that. Ryan is saying, big up the panel, except that fraud on the right side. HUSAM, if we beat United and Everton, then we will win the league. Also, does anyone think City win 9 out of 9? HUSAM thinks City will win 9 out of 9. That's what HUSAM thinks.
Yeah.
And I actually think if you beat Everton and United, I think you win the league. Yes, I think if you win one and draw one, I think you win the league. Ryan, I genuinely believe. Now,
I cannot wait for Liverpool to go back to Old Trafford in the league and absolutely smash them because
Yeah,
they've
they're
been
gonna-
I hope you're
they're
right.
not-
They've been getting so giddy
Hope
after
you're
that after that FA Cup win. I can't lie.
Yeah. AMT is saying Brighton at home, they think they can beat any team. Yeah, I know they can, but they haven't been beaten, AMT, since a while. So I don't think everybody can beat them. Hussam and Mo say Liverpool may not necessarily win all 9 games to win the title, especially Man United away and Villa away. I think they must win. So your opinion?
Yes, Liverpool need to win all games, all the games. I don't trust that City are gonna drop points, and if Arsenal keep going, then they keep going. You cannot have a mindset that said team is gonna drop a point at some point in the season. You can't. You have to do your own job. This is the reality. So I'm going into every single game wanting to win every single game. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, 100%. Are you starting your stream now? Not yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Listen,
Did you see the name for your channel, boys? MHF Mo Hussam Fraudulence. Did you see?
What the fuck?
Already we're being slandered. Already we're being
Oh my
slandered.
god.
Big up Wilsey for that, by the way, in the chat.
Wow. Mo and Hassan fraudulent. I like it. I like it. Get your questions in, people.
Mo and some football chat. That's what it was.
Mo and Hassan fraudulent is not bad.
I'm gonna go because I have to deal with Tom Little as well. You know, you and
Yeah.
Joe just
Yeah. We'll just waffle for like 2 minutes.
5 minutes, and I'm gonna go start my stream because I have Connor Bradley to deal with.
We'll talk about the
And he's the
Champions
biggest headache of
Championship.
all, 100% by far.
Big up, Don. Big up.
headache.
Guys,
Love Joe.
love.
Big up to
Thank
Rory
you
as well.
Thank you, Habib.
Like and subscribe, you guys.
Thank you, Habib. Guys, we want to get your questions and your things. And Joe, tell me about Leeds. What happened?
What do you want to know, man? We're going to win the
championship. You're going to win the championship, or you're going to come
We're gonna win this-
second, or what?
You told me Leicester were going to win it, if you remember.
Yeah, I did. They
How's
were
that
so
looking
far
now?
ahead.
Yeah, 17 points they were.
They were so far ahead, Leicester, and then
Yeah,
something happened.
Yeah, I mean, they won at the weekend, though. They won well. Southampton are now out of it. Southampton lost against Ipswich. They only picked up 1 point during Easter, so they're out of it now. So it's 3-horse race between us, Leicester, and Ipswich.
Would you be
Ipswich, though-
upset if you get playoffs?
Playoffs? Yeah, because I don't think we'll go up. I think whoever finishes third out of that more won't go up. Just because you have 46 games, you go all the way, you're going to end up getting like a record points total. Let me stop this cameraman. It's moving around.
Yeah, I don't know why it's moving around.
Let me sort it. There we go. It does this, man. It's panoramic. Yeah, so you're going to finish third with a record points total. I think it's then hard to get yourself ready for the playoffs when you've just missed out on automatic. We're currently second. We haven't been beaten this year. We've scored mad amount of goals, conceded not very much, but we've got a lot of injuries. But yeah, I think we'll do it, mate. Someone's.
Do you think you'll keep your players?
If we go up?
Yeah.
Yeah, if we go up,
You think the likes of Somerville?
Yeah.
And some of the
Rutter.
guys that are like being talked about. Do you believe you're gonna keep them?
Yeah, if we get promoted, yes. Yeah. If we get promoted, we will. If we
They'll
don't,
stay 1
then,
year.
yeah, maybe 1, 2. Yeah, it depends how well we do, mate. I back Daniel Farke. You know, I think he's gonna have money to spend this time around. If
Okay.
you look at Borussia Mönchengladbach, they finished 10th. He got sacked. They're now down near the bottom of the league. So maybe it was wrong to sack him. They think they should be better than what they are. But it's exciting, man. I know Lee Gunner did some videos over the weekend in the championship, and he said like it's exciting, man. It's an exciting.
The games
an
are more
exciting-
exciting than the Premier League.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
They're way more exciting. I think the games are more exciting than the Premier League. The fans are up for it. Listen, I don't watch a lot of the championship. My thing about it is that I didn't expect Ipswich to be there. I
Yeah.
expected Leicester and Southampton to actually walk with it, but then Southampton completely fell off the park. Like they're completely out of it, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. And
Yeah.
it's 75 points. But I believe it's gonna be the one who finishes third is always a tough run for them. The people that
Yeah.
finish third.
Do you
I
want
think
us
it's-
back more? Do you want us back in? The
Yeah, so we can do more content about the Premier League on your channel as well.
Yes, man.
Come
I'm
on.
waiting for that as well.
And we can do more
man.
content about leading the I like the Bielsa team. I watched
Yes.
the documentary, the Netflix one. It's the
Yeah,
first
man.
one. It was great, actually. But I think they let him down, bro. I genuinely think they let him down. The owners, the
Yeah.
Italian guy, they let him down.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they
They
did.
didn't back him.
They're a shout for the World Cup, you know, Uruguay. Because that's where he is now, Uruguay.
Yeah.
Copa America as well.
To win
Don't
it.
sleep on them. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he's
think
getting the
they'll be
best
very
out of
good.
Darwin Núñez, to be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah. And Pelistri and stuff
Of
as
course,
well. I think, so.
Jordan Brown, I know you're a Man United fan. You definitely don't want Leeds back. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
I remember,
so-
like, to be
I
honest,
tell
when
you
I
what,
watched-
though, bro. There's a kid coming through, Archie Gray. Some will already know him. He got his debut for the under-21s, England under-21s, scored on his debut. Archie Gray's the next. He will be in that midfield, in that England midfield, with the likes of Kobe Mainoo and Declan and Bellingham and stuff. He's that good, people. So watch this space. Archie Gray.
Terence is saying, sure, you could win 16. Why is 16-10 thing? I actually don't know what it is. Try to look it up. Guys, you know what? Like the 16-10 that is going around for 2 days now. I actually have no idea what is 16-10. Actually, genuinely don't. Like, I know it's going around. Listen, people. Joe's channel is in the description of the channel, of course, along with MHF. Joe's channel is the one in yellow for Leeds. So it's just Joe Football Show. Legendary watch-alongs. Absolute amazing content daily.
80k views yesterday, you know.
Yeah.
80k, bro. Mental, man. Thank you
Is that
so
your
much.
best day ever?
Yeah, in one day. Yeah, 80k.
One day.
Wow, man, mad.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic content. You gotta go watch the shorts, watch the live shows. They're absolutely great, amazing watch-alongs. Probably the only one that can compete with me when he's watching his team. The only one, of course.
It's
Oh,
a skill, man.
Ryan.
It's a skill. It's a skill.
Yeah. Oh, no, I know. Ryan told the girl she's a 16 out of 10 on a stream with Flawless. All right. It's amazing, guys. We still have 450 people here, imagine. And we're just talking. Listen, Husam is going to start this stream. This is going to take you to his stream, of course. Appreciate everyone that super chatted the channel, supported the channel. I'm not sure if we're going to be back to today again, but thank you, everybody that watched us. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate the massive community for Footy Judge Mo. Appreciate everyone that is helping us, of course, with the content creators and all the guys, Joe, Rory, Husam, Potts, Nobbins, Tom, and every one of them, LB, of course. Thank you, everybody that watched us. Appreciate you guys. And
can I just, sorry, just to...
Yes, of course.
Sorry, bro. I'm 20 people away from 28k. Just 20 people. I know some of you might not like Leeds United, but there are some Premier League stuff on there, little news bits about FFP, stuff about Ben White not choosing England, all that sort of stuff. So when there's general topics to talk about, I spoke about Tonali and his band, so I will do little videos, so you know you could go on over. But yeah, 20 subscribers away. So go on, sorry,
guys.
Big up,
we need Joe right now live on the air. There is a link in that chat. You know, you click that link from Footy Judge Mo. I want Joe now to be on 28k in the next 1 minute.
Yeah.
I'm sure there is 20 of you that can click the link. Come on, people. He's a great content creator. It's not only about Leeds. Just watch his thumbnails. Buy themselves the worth of subscription. Just for you.
Oh, you know what? We're not that far. 12 people away now. Come on.
Come on,
Big
guys. You can get it done. Sareda done it.
Oh, 8 people away more. 8 people
guys,
away.
We're not moving away until you guys do it.
6 people away, you know.
Guys, click on the link. Click on the link. I'm copying again. Here
let's
we go.
Have a look. 5 people away.
I did the link again, people. Come on.
Let's go. 3 people away.
It's 28k loading, people.
Boom.
Come on.
3 people.
Done. It's over. It's done. It's over. Refresh your page. We got to 28k live on the air, people. Absolute legends, guys.
Thank you so
guys
much,
done
man.
It. Appreciate
legends.
You guys. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Let's get this video to 400 likes or 50 likes away, guys. Less than 40 likes away. 40 likes away. Less. Come on, people. I can get this. When you get this show to 400 likes, I promise you, it absolutely gets to it gets to way more viewers. So here we go. This will take you to Husam's stream. Appreciate you guys. Hit that like button underneath your live chat, and we'll see you guys soon. We are out of here, people. Let me just make sure before I end this that I actually redirected to Husam. Otherwise, he just kill me.